This weekend will see President Cyril Ramaphosa joining families in honouring police officers and reservists who have lost their lives in the line of duty at the annual South African Police Service Commemoration Day. The country's men and women in blue are tasked with increasingly dangerous jobs of maintaining law and order in the country, but are often criticised for being effective in dealing with growing incidents of crime. Today we turn our focus to those on the front line and get an insight into their daily lives. And one such person is Lieutenant General Tebello Mosikidi, who is the country's first woman Deputy National Commissioner. And also we've got Constable Refilwe Mokoena, who is a member of the Gauteng Highway Patrol. Ladies, it is an absolute pleasure to have you here in studio. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
So, Lieutenant, let me ask you, Lieutenant General, let me ask you from the beginning. I mean, it's certainly not an easy task for a woman to be in this kind of position. I mean, it is hard, comes with a lot of challenges. But, you know, what is the experience like for you? And what made you want to become this position that you are right now?
Having ran in the police, thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers at home. Having ran in the police service for 33 years, one was exposed in different environments of policing that I have enjoyed in my 33 years as a young constable in the Client Service Center, your charge office, to being a court orderly, to being an investigator, and suddenly becoming a manager. Yeah. And I manage various units in the police, in the detective environment. I also manage the visible policing environment in the Free State. I think that is where I started my senior management position, where I was the station commander at various police stations, and I also became a visible policing commander, where one will be commanding these frontline police officers. And or as a station commander, you must ensure at all times that your colleagues are ready for the day. You will also make sure that you have detectives that are ready, you have the support staff. So those are the various environments that has led to me becoming at this point. At some point in my career, I also worked as the national head of family violence, child protection and sexual offences, and as well as becoming a deputy head of the Hawks. This is the position that I held from 2020 until recently, when I became the deputy for policing. I think I'm the first in the policing environment. That is for all your uniform police officers. But we did previously had deputy provincial commissioners, national commissioners who were females, mainly in the environment, in the support environment. There has been for years in the environment of support services. Until recently we had the head of detectives in the country. So for all operational visible policing environments, yes, it has been a history in making in 2022 that a woman will then lead that environment. It is quite a challenging environment because there is so much expectation for policing in the country, including internally. Our members need to be sound. So this is the responsibility that one needs to discharge with distinction, to ensure that both the communities and the internal stakeholder, which is our members, are ready at all times, and they are satisfied to discharge their duty.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, congratulations, because this is it's a big moment, it's a big job. 33 years of experience, I believe, is what you have under your belt to get into this position. And I know that there's a lot resting on your shoulders, because South Africa as a country has, unfortunately, a very bad reputation for high crime levels, and certainly that the whole issue of policing at the center of it, and it's something that we need. But a very interesting journey to lead you up here. But now I want to come to our next guest, because you know it's quite fascinating to see the different kinds of positions that you do hold, and to have two women holding these positions. I mean, you know, second in charge of policing, a police commissioner. I mean, this is a massive moment. But now you work on the Highway Patrol side, Constable of the Gauteng Highway Patrol. Let me just get this straight. You're not the one who runs out into the middle of the highway and puts your hand up. No, you don't do that.
We do stop and searches
I
on the
worry for you
highways.
guys. You know when you're speeding and then somebody comes and then you run out and you stop us. Don't you worry? Doesn't it make you nervous?
No, it doesn't. Because actually we were trained to do that. There's training that we need to go and to be trained at the specific college. That is the tactical training.
Yeah.
So specialized units like Gauteng Highway Patrol, the TRT, the Flying Squad, and the K9s are there to be trained to do that specific job on the roads.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I do not envy you. It's a tough one with people flying down the freeway. But so we talk about these training colleges. So you went, obviously. I mean, you look very young. So how long have you been doing it for? Talk to us about your sort of desire to want to go and get into the police force, and where you are now.
Okay, thank you so much for having me here. Morning to the viewers at home. My name is Constable Refilwe Mokoena. I'm 29 years old. I have 7 years service in the SABC. And I joined the police because I love the job. I like working with people, and I like the discipline that the police have in the community and the environment.
Yeah.
And I would like to empower the women or youth out there to join the SABC, because more women are needed to be part of us. And as the General has said, that we need more women to be on top of the management.
Yeah.
So I would like them to come and join us. There's no much job to do there, because as I told you, that there's training that you need to take, and you'll be in line with everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can imagine. I mean, we urge women to join, as we do in every industry, because you want to see more women representation. I mean, it is important. It's very, very important for any young girl that's dreaming that they could be in these positions too. But having said that, and I'm going to stay with you, Constable, what is your daily struggle? I mean, what would you say when you wake up every morning, you get to work, and I mean, this will lead me to, of course, what's going to happen this weekend, is you never know on your kind of job what may go wrong or what kind of situation you'll find yourself in. So, you know, when you do wake up, when you do go to work, what does it feel? What are some of those challenges and emotions you go through?
To be a police official, really, it's a dangerous job, I would say. But as I told you, that there's training that we go to. We are trained to do that. And then there's nothing to worry about as such.
Yeah. Oh, good. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Maybe
Yes.
that's just
even
you.
though our loved ones are
Very worried.
are
Very
sometimes
worried.
scared that we might come back home, or we might not come back home. Because as the specialized units, normally we work with the medium to high risk complaints, our housebreaking, business robberies, our hijackings, and also the cash in transit.
Yeah.
That is happening on a most daily basis.
Yeah.
So our commanders are telling us every day, daily, that you need to be operational ready. You must wear your bulletproof on, and you must be always positive and always be tactical ready. If anything can happen, that you know that you're ready. You have your firearm with you, you have your pepper spray with you, you have the hand radios that we communicate with, and then that you're good to go.
Are you married?
No,
No.
not yet.
No, okay. Children? Do you have children?
No, not
No,
yet.
as well. All right. I wonder how that changes things. Does it change things, Lieutenant General?
For some,
Are you
yes.
married with children?
I'm married with children,
Yeah.
and
How do they feel about your job? I mean, what do they? I suppose now you're in a different environment. You're not necessarily out in tactical units and confronting hijackers on the highway. But I mean, you're in a tough position as well. What's it like as a family woman to be in this position?
that they hardly see in a week, and sometimes only one day in a week. I was accused one day that when you are home, you telling us around that we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't sit there, and the likes. It is as Mokoena is saying, it is quite a different environment to be, but an enjoyable one to be in the police, especially knowing that when you discharge your duty, you are going to make somebody safe in the country, and you are going to be assisting a particular person who may not be as lucky as you are when you are at work. Yes, with the risks. And as a family woman, you know there will be expectation when you get home that you must prepare, but you also need a very supportive family that will understand when you get home, and you will also require the understanding of those that are around you and those that are working with you. The young people like Mokoena, as commanders, we need to also give them that space of growth and understanding that there is a need that they need to fulfill when they get home, and to provide for the family, to cook and to do. But if you are on a calling, you cannot leave your work to run to the house, as long as those that you have left at home do understand your work and they do support you. It is going to be an easy road to travel. Maybe from where I'm coming, my husband was also in the police, so it was a smooth sailing process, because we are both in the police, and there will be that understanding that I need to be at work. And I must say it has been a support. Even my children now, they do understand.
That's
and the grandchildren.
Wonderful. And the grandchildren, exactly.
And the grandchildren.
You got them all. You got. I bet you they play with your uniform when they're at home.
They get
the little
excited.
grandkids running around with a hat on and everything.
They get excited.
I can guarantee it. A serious weekend coming up, of course, and this, I think we need to really speak about this, because I mean, you know, looking at police officers and reservists that have lost their lives in the line of duty, and you know, these are things that we don't necessarily think about. And before we began the interview, and while we were chatting off air, I said I don't want this interview to be how it normally is when we speak to the police, always criticizing the police for everything, and we know this, we do, and perhaps I'll ask you about that towards the end, how you deal with the criticism. But the reality is that every day, as I said to you, you go out not really knowing, you know, is this the last time you're going to be seeing your kids, your husband, your loved one? You don't know what will happen on this particular day. There could be a massive heist, a shootout, a bank robbery, whatever it is. There's a lot of lives that have been lost. So talk to us about this particular commemoration that'll be happening, and how many lives have we lost?
Sadly, it's a subject and a topic that it's very close to our hearts as the South African Police Service, and this is the moment that we are reflecting back to look at the heroes and heroines that fell in the line of duty, who fell with their sword, protecting the South Africans and all that are in the country. We have lost this year 33 of our beloved colleagues that lost their lives in line of duty. 3 of the persons that we have lost are reservists. We also have a number of females that we have lost, and that we are losing every year as we are doing this commemoration. If my memory serves me well, in the past year we lost about 36 or 37 colleagues, and in the year 2019-2020, we lost around 40 of our colleagues. The numbers may look to be declining, but to lose one police officer, it's one too many. Looking at the challenges that we are having, looking at how the community, the population figures are growing, we do require the police officers, and if we lose them in the line of duty, it is the saddest moment for us, and it is challenging to even those that are left behind. Imagine the trauma that you will lose a colleague that is with you at the moment that the incident happened. It is even quite traumatic, and as management, we do this commemoration that to do that reflection, to bring the families together, to ensure the families that we are with them in their loss. We have lost our family member as well as the South African Police Service. And I must say, it is the time that all of us in the police are, you think that if it was me, I have survived, I'm here, I'm still alive. You pray about it, you thank God that you are still alive. And here are the people that were looking up to their parents for growth, their children that were looking up to their parents for support and the well-being, and they were taken by the criminals. Their lives were cut short by the criminals. And we are losing quite a very young, energetic police officers, and sadly most of the time it's very young people that we are losing.
Indeed.
That are in the front line.
And these are the people, the very people that we need to keep protecting us and keep doing the work. Well, ladies, I didn't realize what the time was. We already run into sort of the end of the interview, but I just want to, on behalf of South Africans, thank you. Thank you for the service that you do, and may strength be with you over this weekend as you do commemorate and remember those that lost their lives in the line of duty. This is taking place on? When will this be taking place?
It is taking place on the coming Sunday.
On Sunday.
We will be having the families of our beloved heroes and heroines who will converge at Union Building. The function will be officiated by the President of the country and the Minister of the Police, and we are looking forward to even the support of the communities and business people, because we do require funding to further assist the children of the lost members for further support and education.
All right. Lieutenant General Tebello Mosikidi, thank you very much for talking to us. Deputy National Police Commissioner, and Constable Refilwe Mokoena, who is the Gauteng Highway Patrol. So big weekend, and we do, as I said earlier, thank them for what they do on a daily basis.
Indeed.
Thank you.
But I think Constable Mokoena stopped me on the highway.
I'm telling you.
She looks too familiar.
She's the one that runs out, and your car, you got to slam on brakes.
Well, fabulous one, and looking forward to the commemoration on Sunday.